YouTube. Decided to just make another little video about some of the exercises, how I started out. As we go on with the channel, I'll put out some more details as to how I changed things up and, you know, progress to where I'm at now. Your best friend when first starting out to lose weight, especially when you're my size, was cardio. I'm specifically talking treadmill and ellipticals. I started out on an elliptical because mentally I believed it was going to be easier on my knees, easier on my back. Through reading, I found that there wasn't really that great of a difference. Some articles say that the elliptical actually puts more strain on your knees than typical walking. But mentally, I didn't know that, and I wasn't educated as well as I am today, so I decided to do the elliptical. A, it looks easier, and B, it seems a lot more low impact, which it technically is, but it can still do damage. When I first started doing the elliptical, I couldn't go for more than 5 minutes. I was embarrassed. I was just mad at myself. But looking back, I'm like, who cares? You're doing it. You are doing it. 5 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour. You gotta start somewhere. And 5 minutes to me was all I could do. As time went on, as I lost more weight, as my heart got conditioned, as my lungs started working better, I was able, I seen 5 minutes, 7.5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I cannot forget the time that I finally hit 30 minutes. I was just so mentally focused. I looked down and I seen 30 minutes and I was just ecstatic. I couldn't believe it. When you hit goals like that, you don't look back and like, oh my God, it took me forever. When you hit goals like that, for me, it's like, holy shit, I'm here. I don't focus on how long it took me to get something. I focus on then and there. I did it, let's live in this moment, and let's make it better from there. So after hitting 30 minutes on the elliptical, it became pretty stagnant. The calorie burn was still there, anywhere from 400 to 600 calories I could burn in a half an hour. Then I was like, I'd like to go do some running on a treadmill. Tried running on a treadmill. Found out that the exercise was completely different than any elliptical had ever prepared me for. So I was already in the mindset though I wanted to do the treadmill. I just decided, you know, start out small, do what I could. And with the treadmill coming from the elliptical, I was able to do the treadmill just fine. I would start out at like a 5 incline at a 3 mile per hour pace. Now that was totally different exercise. I remember getting shin splints at first on the front of my shins, just from the elevation and keeping the pressure on my foot differently than the elliptical. It just took me some time to get through it. Once I had any kind of pain, I just stopped, give myself a minute, stretch a little more, drink some more water, go back at it. Eventually I got to the point where I was walking at I was kind of jogging, I guess, at a max incline of 15 and a speed of comfortably 3.5 miles an hour. If I really wanted some calorie burn, I would make sure that I just bumped that bad boy up to 4, and you felt it. You really did. Now, I'm one of the guys who cheated to begin with and still kind of do sometimes. On those industrial treadmills, you can put your arms up on top and kind of take a lot of the stress off your body. And then once you stop doing that, you really notice how hard the workout is. So then I had to bump it back down. I couldn't do a max incline in a 4 mile per hour while holding my hands there. I actually had to bump it back down to 5 and a 3.5 incline and a 3.5 speed. So it's just, play around with it. Don't cheat yourself on the exercises. If you can't do it without resting your arms up there, who gives a shit what people care or think, right? You just gotta do what works for you. And again, kind of going on the running, after reading, after trying it myself, after running a 10K, I don't really like to run. I probably, unless I don't have to, unless like zombies come, inhabit the planet, I don't plan on really running. I don't plan on doing another marathon, and that's okay. That's not me. That's not what I enjoy, and you can't be mad at nobody for not wanting to do something they hate. It's a lot of, I'm still a big guy, so it's a lot of strain on my body. My knees hurt, my shins hurt, all of that starts hurting the next few days after running. So, I'll never be a runner. I'm okay with that. People love running. I don't love running. Power to you. Now, included in the exercises is weightlifting. I believe that weightlifting and strength training is for everybody. I know some people hate it. There's a misconception among women where I don't want to get too bulky, so I'm going to put off weightlifting. Trust me, ladies, I've been trying to bulk for 8-9 months, and it's slow going. Don't be worried that in 10 days you're going to be Arnold Schwarzenegger and you're going to look out of proportion, because trust me, it does not come that fast. Do not be worried about it. And depending on what kind of reps and sets and things you do, higher reps are going to give you more bulky muscle. Lower reps are going to give you more strength and toned muscle, so not as big. So if you're really worried about that, you know, do some like a 5x5 program like I do. Again, you're not going to get swole overnight. I wish that was possible. Along with weightlifting comes the importance of legs. For 6 months, roughly, when I first started, did not want to do legs. I got my leg exercises, I thought, from the elliptical or the treadmill. I was terribly wrong. Terribly. I now know what true leg exercises are. I'm talking squats, I'm talking leg presses, I'm talking deadlifts, I'm talking leg curls. Any of that stuff that isolates your legs and isn't a constant walk or jog is going to seriously work your legs out. And I can't stress the importance of legs. After doing tons of research and actually going to a primarily leg-based workout, I see the importance, not only in calorie burn, but overall health and overall muscle growth. You know, your quads and your hamstrings, they're big muscles, quads specifically. And when you work out, when you use those muscles, your body's going to release testosterone. It's what you need to promote muscle growth. It's what you need to get more muscle. And coming from an injury, personally in my lower back, core exercises, hands down, second best thing I could do. If you have any kind of injuries like me or anything like that, core is amazingly important. I did some ab stuff here and there, very lightly, never really focused on it. Once I started throwing it pretty hardcore into my exercises, I found that overall sleeping was better for me, just moving about. I got less injuries when I worked out due to having a tighter core. And no, you can't see my abs. I'm still fat. I'm gonna be fat for a long time. That's okay, because my core is on point. Something else that I didn't really jump on the bandwagon with, it's odd me being in IT and not really wanting one, was a smartwatch. I did, however, get a Fitbit to start out with, which was nice to count calories and steps and just overall activity. It was pretty mundane. It was just like a flex, I think. But I got one of those just so I could kind of keep track of how many calories I burned that way. So if you're able, get yourself a smartwatch. I got the Apple here. Apple's just amazing with the activity tracker. It syncs up to Apple's My Health, and it just tracks your everyday movement. It lets me know how many calories I burn. It reminds me to stand up. I had the Nike one for a little bit, but it annoyed the crap out of me asking if we were gonna run today. Again, I don't run at all, so just to clear that up. So I told the watch, you gotta get the hell out of here, and I went and got a normal Apple II. It is waterproof. You can do a lot more activities with it. You don't have to worry about damaging it, especially when you're working out. So if you're able to get something like that, get it. Preferably something with a heart rate monitor, because that gives you more accurate calorie burns when you're plugging those into your apps. So in closing, eat whatever the hell you want, count your calories, drink your water, and get swole. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time in my next video. Peace.